unity, and an indicator of potential and possibilities, has never been a stranger to human history. Sports champions are made not by chance, but by choice. The choice of trusting science. Youthletics Limited Liability Partnership was founded in 2019. A year later, the company was renamed as Sports Nutrition Academy PLT. The Sports Nutrition Academy believes in sports nutrition and its role to optimize athletes' health, maximize their athletic performance, and help them to achieve their exercise goals with evidence-based practices. Being a pioneer in the industry, the company has helped more than 5,000 high-performance athletes, recreational athletes, and the general population in applying nutrition not only for better health, but also to achieve noticeable improvement in sports performance.
Apart from athletes support personnel such as coaches, parents, sports dietitians, sports nutritionists, sports scientists, and other allied professionals have also benefited with the experience and knowledge obtained from us. Our vision is to provide the highest quality, evidence-based sports nutrition practices, education, and services. To achieve that, we stand still with our 3E mission.
Engage. Empower. Excellence. The 3E mission drives the company's direction with an array of nutritional services.
We provide body composition assessment, weight management, dietary assessment, personalized menu planning, yearly periodization planning, and training observation for the athletes. We want to make sure that our services are specifically individualized based on the needs.
Education is simply the soul of a society as it passes from one generation to another. The Sports Nutrition Academy serves as a resource hub educating those who are interested in further enhancing their athletic performance through nutrition.
We conducted a series of physical seminars, webinars, and workshops spreading sports nutrition information, including pre, during, post-training diet, hydration tips, supplements, and doping, etc.
But today, the Sports Nutrition Academy has raised their game by digitizing education, producing sports nutrition courses that are certified by American Council on Exercise, the National Academy of Sports Medicine, and Athletics and Fitness Association of America.
This is considered our big milestone as currently we are the first provider of a structured and online sports nutrition course. We believe that everyone deserves the resource to improve in fitness, not only limiting them to elite athletes, coaches or sports nutritionists, hence recreational hobbyists, enthusiasts, parents, young athletes are welcome to get our education or service too.
Everyone can be their own champion. Every champion has their own secret to success. But of course, no one is born a champion. Champions are built and nurtured.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our 6th expert series in 2025, and thank you for joining us today. I'm Paula, the moderator for this session. While we're still waiting for the other participant to join us, I would like to take this time to introduce you what's new in our expert series 2025. This year, we're excited to bring you a new series of expert series with a lineup of 11 insightful sessions, each designed to tackle key sport nutrition topics. And the best part of our Expert Series 2025 is that each session is just a 30 minutes bite-sized webinar, perfect for feeding into your coffee break or just a quick learning session in your busy day. What made this year's series even more special is that we are bringing in small expert coaches from different sports to share their insights. This means you'll get a sport-specific strategies tailored to the unique demands of different sports. We'll be also covering other essential nutrition topics like the nutrition for Ramadan, menstrual health for female athletes, and gut health for athletes. This year, our expert series sessions are designed to be more practical, engaging, and immediately applicable to our audiences. So be sure to catch the full series. I would also like to take this opportunity to share what we have in the snack. To stay updated with all our latest expert series, don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter by scanning the QR code here. And the next thing is our snack membership. For just 89 ringgit a year, you'll gain a full access to our exclusive lineup of 11 expert series, just like the one that you're experiencing today, and on-demand access to last year's expert series that you can catch up at any time. And that's not all. You'll be also enjoying exclusive discount and receive our merchandise valued at over 300 ringgit. Think of it as your first step towards elevating your sport and health performance to a new height. And if you're ready to take a plunge, scan the QR code here to learn more and join our snack community today. Once again, welcome everyone who joined us in our Building Champion in National Deaf Badminton Athletes. But tonight's session is a little bit different and very special, where we are taking a break from the science talk and turning the spotlight on the real stories and real people. And if you joined us last month, you probably still remember on our inspiring session about the para athlete. That session helped us to better understand what it means to be a para athlete and also clear up a common misconception: deaf or hard of hearing athletes are not classified as para athletes under the Paralympic category. This opened up some powerful conversations and it made us curious. What's like for the deaf athletes who are often overlooked to train and thrive at elite level? So today we are doing something very special, which we are bringing you an interview style session to explore the journey of becoming a champion from coach's perspective, working with the deaf athletes. But first, let's get to know all of you a little bit better. We have a short poll here. Feel free to respond. First, which of the following describe you the best? Are you an athlete, parents, coach, sports science and medical team, other health professionals, or none of the above? If you are none of the above, feel free to share with us who are you in the chat box. And the second question is sign language and international language? It could be yes or no. I also don't know the answer. Maybe Coach Sabrina will tell us later. Okay, I see some of the poll result. Oh, I can see most of our audience tonight are coaches and other health professionals. And we have also some from sports science and medical team. Do we have unlucky we don't have athlete and parents today, but I'm very present to see we have a lot of coaches and other health professionals and even the sports science and medical team to see here. Maybe the one that you are from other health professional, you could, we have more other health professionals. Maybe you could share which field you are from in the chat box with us. And the second question is very interesting. We have half of the people choose sign language is an international language, and half of those people say sign language is not an international language. Later, Coach Sabrina will tell you. Okay, now let's back to our today's highlight. We are so honored to be joined by Coach Sabrina, who is a former elite national player herself and now the head coach of our Malaysian national deaf badminton team. Since stepping into this unique role in 2019, she's guided her team to international podiums, including our Malaysia's first ever Deaflympic gold medal in 2022. Tonight, she's going to share her story, not just a coach, but as a mentor, communicator, and advocate. We will talk about the highs and lows, the growth moments, and what it truly means to build champions in a space that many still don't fully understand. Before we begin, just a quick reminder, please stay muted throughout the session, and if you have any questions, drop them in the chat box, and we'll be addressing them during the Q&A in the end. All right, let's dive right in. Please join me in welcoming our speaker today, Coach Sabrina. But before we dive into the question, Coach Sabrina, would you like to say a quick hello and briefly introduce yourself to everyone here?
Hello, I'm Coach Sabrina. This is my first time doing an interview through Zoom like this, so I'm a bit shy. Hope you all don't Please be a bit patient with me. Thank you.
All right, no worries. Today our session is just very chill. Okay, so let's get started. The first question is, you were once an elite national player yourself, and what inspired you to transition from an elite player to coach, especially into the unique space of coaching deaf athletes?
So the transition started while I was at the university studying business. At the same time, I began coaching, and I quickly found out that I genuinely love coaching. It gave me different kind of joy and fulfillment that I didn't expect. Coaching didn't just feel like a job, it felt meaningful. What really drew me in was the chance to guide and support the players, not just on court, but also in life. The connection and trust between coach and player is really something I really value. As for coaching the deaf players, the opportunity came through Coach Daphne, my coaching partner. She opened the door for me to step into a world I hadn't experienced before. It's been both challenging and rewarding at the same time. It pushed me to grow as a coach, but not only as a coach, but also as a person. It makes me appreciate the power of communication, trust, and adaptability in a whole new way.
All right. That's such a powerful turning point, and it really show your heart for the sport and for the people. Now, I imagine it couldn't have been easy at the start, especially when you're coaching athletes, when like they are someone in a different way, which brings me to the next question. So when you first started coaching deaf athlete, what were some of the biggest challenges that you faced, and how did you adapt and grow through those early experiences?
So actually before I start coaching the deaf athletes, Daphne was coaching the deaf athletes. So I actually have a pre how to say frontation of how Daphne communicate with them and some experience before I actually hand over to me to coach the deaf athletes. So one of the biggest challenges I think that most people face is communication. There were a lot of moments where things got misunderstood, like especially during like training, and like we are trying to let them know a program or a strategy, but then it came across to them as a mistreatment or a sense of distrust when they don't fully understand what I meant. Either because the way they process things is slightly different from what we have been through all our years playing as a player and being a coach, but for them it's something new to them. Then I realized that I need to make a real effort to understand them, to meet them where they are. I started to learn sign language, made communication a priority. It really took a lot of time and patience, but through a lot of conversations, I became to understand them better. But not just how they communicate, but also how they think and how they feel. This helped me to grow as a more empathetic and more aware person towards this society and community.
Okay, so just now you were mention a little bit of your challenge, and also you also mentioned a little bit of their challenge, like because we can't communicate using verbal. So they have some little trust on you when you just first coaching them. So other than that, in your opinion, what do you feel, what are the biggest challenges other than the challenges just now that the deaf athletes still face today?
So, despite growing awareness and towards the efforts of inclusivity in sports, deaf athletes in Malaysia continue to face several significant challenges, especially when it comes to communication. Difficulty in interacting with the coaches, teammates, medical staff due to lack of sign language and interpreters will cause misunderstood instruction during training, drills, exercise, which can lead to improper techniques, injury, simply falling behind peers. Without early guidance and clear feedback, young athletes may miss crucial development windows that are essential for progressing to elite levels. Another example that my players actually face a lot was during medical visits. Even basic checkups can be very confusing and stressful for the players if there is no interpreter or accessible communication. Miscommunication during injury treatment can lead to improper recovery, chronic issues, or loss of trust in the system. Sports doctor, physical therapists, and athlete trainers often lack of training in depth awareness, which can create barriers to safe and effective care.
So, just now you were mentions like these are the challenges that faced by them, and we know actually because like currently most of the sport doctors or nurses or even the physiotherapists, they are more intense, like more intense to and have like taking care of the mainstream athletes. So from your perspective, how important is this kind of support to them, and what kind of team would you love to have fully support your deaf athletes?
I think it's very important to have a full all-rounder support, especially for the deaf athletes. Currently, actually, we have a strength and conditioning trainer, but we also, for me, I would really like to have a physiotherapist in my team. It will make a huge impact because not only for performance, but also on injury prevention, recovery, and long-term athlete development.
I see. So since you are a sport nutritionist, do you wish you could also have a support from sport nutrition as well? And do you see that could help you impact the performance?
Yes. We do have sponsors that come in to support our nutrition side. Yeah. So, but then they are not personalized program for the players. That's the minimal support that we get for now.
That's great. At least we still can see some support from the societies as well.
Yes.
All right. So, and it comes to, because just now we said like only few people that will have an eyes on our deaf athletes. So this is actually the last question from your point of view. What changes do you think we need to happen in our Malaysian sports system and society to better support and recognize our deaf athletes?
So currently the Ministry of Youth and Sport have been extending great support to the deaf athletes at the elite levels only. This includes like dedicated funding, access to sports facility that we, like you saw on the photos just now, that we get to go to ISN to do some strength and conditioning training. And professional training is supported by some of the grant and medical support, like we can go for medical checkup before the big games. Aligning their treatment with that is similar to able-bodied and also para-athletes. This is a very positive point for them that they have done for the deaf players. However, there remains a significant gap at the grassroots level, especially in the deaf schools. The lack of structured sports programs, trained coaches, and opportunities for competition is a major barrier to talent development. To address this, I think there should be a targeted investment to establish school-based sports programs that are accessible to deaf students, like probably a school that those students that are deaf, interested in sports, they have a proper guideline on how to improve. The coaches know how to sign language, not only in badminton, I think all sports, because I think there's a lot of talent in this pool of players. It's just that they might not have this kind of support, and they do not know that they can step up to the world and represent the nation. So such system would enable and have a clear pathway for the deaf athletes to progress from school level participation to national representation. I think the deaf athletes do not really seek for special treatment. I think they only seek for equal opportunity, communication access, and the respect they deserve. by addressing these needs, Malaysia can cultivate a truly inclusive sport culture that ensures no athlete is left behind.
Yes. So that's really, we need the eyesight from our government. Now we slowly can see we have some improvement on that, because our deaf athlete, they should slowly get into, they can train in the national facilities. But I think at the grassroots level, we still need to promote the inclusivity among the all society, not only in the sports system, but all the people who like they want to, even they want to sponsor, they can also just try to give a little bit to our deaf athlete, as they can as well develop as good as the para athlete just now. So actually, that's all for our session question to Coach Sabrina today, and that's my question from her for her. So thank you so much for your sharing. Now I would like to open floor to our audiences tonight, and if you have any other question, feel free to drop it in the chat box or unmute yourself to ask the question. While waiting for the question to come in, I would like to ask one question. So you mentioned earlier about the communication challenges when you first encounter with them. Could you also share some creative strategies that you use to communicate effectively during the training or competition? Like when you first
Creative.
you first time see them, how do you communicate with them? And at that time, you don't know the sign language yet.
Actually, I have a little bit background on sign language because I have a deaf cousin.
Oh,
Sorry to disappoint you. I'm not so surprised with the deaf community. Yeah, because I have a deaf cousin. So from young, I know a bit of alphabet spelling. Yeah, it helps me. Helps me, and I see her most of the weekend. Then she can help me to teach
learn.
me. Also, yeah, correct.
I see. So back to our poll question just now, actually, I was quite like
Curious.
interested, like, is sign
Yeah.
language an international language?
Okay, so actually a lot of people misunderstand that sign language is a international language. I also one of them. I thought that, and I learned this language, I can communicate with everyone in the world that know how to sign, but actually it's not.
It's like
Every
how?
country have their own sign. It's like they have their own language. During the Deaf Olympic, it's actually one of the place where I feel that actually in this whole world, there's so many people that are deaf, but they're not fully deaf. A lot of people half deaf, or some they are born deaf. So, but then they have surgery that they can do to improve, and then they also can learn how to speech, learn how to talk. Yeah, and then and the surgery for the deaf is not cheap, it's so expensive. Yeah, I think it's like one side at least 100,000.
100,000. So in Malaysia, most of our deaf athletes, did they undergone the surgery?
No. A bit sad to say that actually the awareness for deaf is not there but I think now it's slightly better. But when I go out to other countries to see when we compete, I think that the awareness for the deaf players and the support are much better. So a lot of kids, when they are born, they already know that, oh, you have this, you can do this to help, and then you can go and learn speech therapy and stuff like that. But then for our players, there's also a few that still doesn't know that they can do this kind of surgery or speech learning. Yeah, so until now they just sign. But it's a bit too late already because you have a golden period where you can do this kind of, yeah.
Okay. So how about like the younger generation now, like because now the technology is more advanced, is the younger generation, they have their parents or themselves had higher awareness?
Hopefully, I'm not sure about that.
Okay, I see. All right. And actually, we have one question in the chat box. Hi, Coach Sabrina. Just curious, will having the communicate using sign language cause the whole training duration to be longer than usual training program?
I think it will not, because training is like a daily thing. So after you have done one time, and every time you ask them to do it, they will just continue. It's just the same. Yeah. So for sign language like smash, we just have to do like this. So it's just a very simple thing. You just ask them to smash. So you ask
Oh,
them to drop. So it's not very hard. And then actually, I think coaches, we just do demonstration. The players will get, yeah, because I coach elite, it's not like beginner kids. But beginner kids also the same. We just have to do some demonstration, then they can get it very fast.
I see. And talking about just now, because you say like different countries, they have their own different sign language. So do you think like having different sign language is an advantage for our Malaysian team because they can't understand what we are showing, what we are signing? Then they can't guess our strategies or tactic.
Actually, the advantage of learning sign language is like you can talk outside the court. You can sign far away. If your player is looking at you, if they want to look at you, then they can get what you want to say. Yeah. So
That's
even if you are sit like far away, they will see you, and then you can sign. Then they can understand. So you don't need to scream. You don't need to do anything. Sometimes I've forgotten I can talk. Because when I'm with the whole group, everyone is signing, I also forgotten that I can, sometimes when you're in the library, you're too quiet, you've forgotten that you can actually talk. It's just a similar, yeah.
That's very interesting. And I think it's like also takes sometimes to build the trust between you and the athletes, whether they want to trust you or not on the court. Okay, and then I have one question. Because you say you you coach the players, and then initially the Deaf Olympic in Malaysia is not so like as fire as the usual Olympic or the Paralympic. So, and I know in 2022, our team get the first gold medal in the Deaf Olympic in 2021. So, is there any most emotional or unforgettable moments for you as a coach working with the deaf athletes? Like, it's like very touching moment, or there is a transition point to bring more awareness to the deaf players?
Okay, so I coached the pair that got the gold medal in 2019 in the World Championship Taiwan. We actually expect to gain a good result for that pair, but we lost to the champion in the quarterfinals. So after 4 years later in the Deaf Olympic, we've been through COVID, so we have to train through Zoom like this. I think, and then we flew like around 30 hours to Brazil, 3 transit, and then we all were very tired, but then we haven't have any tournament after COVID, so we don't even know other countries what are their levels, and they don't know us too. Yeah, so the last time we meet was in 2019. Yeah, so I think to win the gold medal, we didn't expect it, but I'm glad that the players all work together and they try their best because of the jet lag, the time differences. Brazil time differences, I think, is 12 hours different. Yeah, I think it's similar, something like that. And then, Brazilians, I'm sorry to say, they don't know what is badminton when we go there. So they were asking us, what sport are you? Then we say badminton. What is badminton? Is it like table tennis or tennis? Then yeah. So we don't have a proper court. We were there for 3 days. We go there earlier for the jet lag and also to test the court. But then they don't have the facility for us to do it. So after 3 days there, we are just doing skipping below the hotel lobby, running the hills, just do some simple training. Yeah, because we don't have the proper facility to help us to train. Yeah, correct. We took a Grab 200 ringgit just to go to the badminton court. 200 ringgit just to go to the badminton court. Yeah, and then it's not a proper court. It's just those community hall. Just to keep the players active and to be prepared for the tournament. So we were really glad that we ended with a gold medal. Actually, we won 3 medals. We won 1 gold, 1 silver, and 1 bronze.
That's great.
Yeah, that's our best result ever. Hopefully, we will do well this year too.
Yeah,
This year it will be in Japan.
In Japan.
In November. Yeah.
In November. This time we are sending how many teams to compete?
6.
In 16.
3 boys, 3 girls. No. Badminton, we have 3 boys, 3 girls. For other sports, we have other 3 sports. I think karate, track and field, and bowling.
But in badminton, we have 6 teams on it.
6 players.
6 players. Okay. I think this is all the best to the players and all the best to the team. And we have one last question from the audience. Hi, Coach Sabrina. Do you mind to share us a few common sign language that you usually use when you're communicating with the athletes? Let's learn from you.
Okay, so actually I don't know all the sign, but then whenever I need to know something, like patience, this is sabar. So you're patient. Yeah. Okay. So then you will spell out to them. So this is S, A, B, A, R. So I just spell out to them, then they will show me how to sign. So whenever I don't know something, I will just spell it out. So when you want to learn a sign language, you just need to learn 26 alphabets, right?
24 or 26.
24 or 26. That's what I'm thinking. 24 or 26. Or 26. Okay. 26 alphabets. And then anything you don't know, you just sign to them. And then this is clapping hands.
I think Justin, you can try to pin Coach Sabrina so that everyone can see her in a bigger picture. Let me try.
I'm sweating now. Are you sure you want to put me?
Very kanchong. It's okay. We're learning from you.
Hello, Tanya. See Tanya put her hand up.
Yeah, hello, Coach Sabrina. Thank you very
Hello.
much for joining us. I actually wanted to ask you 2 questions,
Okay.
Do you mind to spare
You can
us
ask
a
me
few
through
more
WhatsApp.
minutes? Don't want. I want to ask you through here so that people can
So
learn,
everyone can learn.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I actually recently watched this movie called Deaf President now. I'm not sure if you watched it. I think it was very inspirational, and it's a movie about the only university, or the only deaf university in the whole world. And so anyway, I was curious. There are 2 questions. So one, if you need to call a player, right, like usually we scream, right, like, hey, whatever
Okay.
name, come here, right? So how do you do that? Because there's no sound. Do you use a light? Do you use a flicker? I'm just curious about that.
You either walk there to call them
Okay.
or we use the light. So we actually face a problem where if they stay in their hotel room,
Oh.
how do you call them? You cannot press the bell. You cannot ring the door, knock the door. No, cannot. Yeah. So the only thing you can do is try to call them. If they are sleeping, their phone vibrate or they charging their phone, then you cannot get them. Another thing is the light. You only can do some lighting under the door. Other than that, we try to take their key card and then we open their door anytime.
Okay. Now my second question. So you mentioned that you do get support from I don't know who, I forgot. Sorry, I was not paying attention, but I heard that you said that you also got support for nutrition. I'm just curious in what way and how the deaf athletes were given the support. Because I mean it's also great knowledge for us, in terms of understanding the needs of the deaf athletes.
Okay. What did you ask? How they get the support?
Yeah, which kind of nutrition support do they receive? Yeah, and how's the response, or what are their needs? Yeah.
So currently that I recently said that we got a support, thanks to Coach Daphne, we got a support from Duo Pharma, that they will be supporting the deaf players for these 2 games. We have a game in August where we're going to Jakarta. It's a SEA Games for the deaf. So it's like SEA Deaf Games. And then the one in November is the Olympics for the deaf. So they give us some supplements. I think it's a bit more general, like vitamins, replacement drinks, those kind of things, rather than it's a personalized nutrition. Like one of my player is very lean, so he might need to build some muscles. But then there's all kinds of protein in the market. We don't really know which one to recommend him, so he just find out himself. Yeah, something like that. So I think it's more of like, what do they personally really need? other than that, I think recovery is more important. Yeah, and then make sure they don't get sick. So I'm actually requesting to get vaccination before we go, but I'm not sure because I heard that Japan have a lot of flu. I'm not sure what
Mm.
vaccine is it. But yeah, so we also are waiting to see if we can get vaccination because ISN said that they don't have the support, don't have the stock or something. I'm not sure. So now we
Mm.
are actually still looking for support on the vaccination because I think we have more than 35 athletes going.
Wow. Congratulations. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, Sabrina, thank you very much for sharing. That's all my question. But really thank you. You know, this is really insightful and yeah. All right, pass it back to Paula.
Okay, do we have more message come from the chat box? Okay, so far no. So if you
I
have
show you one international sign.
okay, sure.
You know, right? This international sign.
I know, I know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
this is
love
international
you.
sign.
Ah, ah.
Yes.
Okay, the next time we can show this sign language to whoever we love. And
Anyone.
yeah,
Yeah.
I show this to you too. Okay, so currently we don't have any question from the audience. But if you still have any question you would like to ask Coach Sabrina, feel free to email to us at snack.my@gmail.com or even reach us at our social media lah. At the same time, our feedback form will be posted in the chat box. So feel free to share your feedback regarding today's expert series. And once again, thousand thanks to Coach Sabrina for her time and sharing today. I'm sure each of us has gained valuable knowledge like what are the challenges facing by players and also the coaches, as also the best way to understand the deaf athletes, as well as we learn some sign language as today. So if you enjoyed our sessions tonight, there's more for you. If you're curious about how nutrition can also make difference in badminton performance, or you are wondering what badminton players need to eat to support their games, we got you covered. Even if Coach Sabrina, you are interested, you can just contact us at any time. And so don't miss out our free expert series for more valuable insights, and check out our level 2 online course, which is now available at a special price for just 28 ringgit, and it originally was 70 ringgit. Find all the details on our website. Go take a look. And that's not all. Our expert series 2025 still continue. We are cooking up something exciting for the next expert series, so keep an eye on our social media for more updates. Trust us, you won't want to miss it. And furthermore, please stay connected with us on and follow us on our social media like our Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp community. Take a screenshot on it so you don't miss out any latest update from us. And on our social media, we'll be sharing some bite-sized content for sport nutrition. And if you're wondering what are the snacks that you could get at the hypermarket or what you should order at Mak store to refuel, recover, and rehydrate for a better performance, you can check out our post on Instagram and Facebook at snack.my. Once again, thank you so much everyone for participating in our expert series tonight. Don't forget to give us your sincere feedback that would really help us to improve our future events. As we wrap up this expert series, let's carry this awareness forward and continue pushing for more inclusive, supportive, and accessible sporting environment. See you at the next expert series. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye and